so pleased to have you with us in this interview. And if you don't mind, we're recording this interview.
Okay, all right, no problem, no issue.
We are Tony and
Zeinab,
and we're from Sega University, and our lecture is Ar Rushdina.
I have to introduce myself first. Okay, my name is Architect Rushdina. Okay, I have my own firm, which is Rushdina Architect. Okay, and recently I have partnership with one of the architect in Malaysia also. So we have a Ruhas Architects, all right. And then thank you again for this opportunity from you guys. I didn't know that you are not in local students, okay, because I see the name Zeinab. I think Zeinab also is a lot in Malaysia. But thank you very much for this opportunity, all right. I believe that this kind of thing is good for your education, right? What interests me to be an architect, isn't it? It's something like that, right?
Yeah.
You know, it's easy for me to express my passion. That's why I think in the whole profession in this world, that really suits my career, really suits my passion is actually architecture. That's what's make me, you know, excite being in this industry. Okay, if you ask that the basic question.
That's interesting.
That's very interesting.
Yeah.
What skill have served you the best in architecture?
Oh, the skill. Okay, I would love to say that on top of the skill that I have in design, okay, maybe most of the architects, because it is a design, of course, it's towards the technical ideas, okay, the technical ideas, and then the design ideas, and the things, that skill that I think I have is actually the ability to share with other people, okay, because it is quite, you know, it is quite general. As an architect, they are doing their job, they're doing design, okay, but the things that most of the architects didn't realize, that the skill to transfer the idea or sharing the knowledge is actually the most important. So for me, that's the skill that I you know, stress on more, okay, and then that's the thing that I love to share with other people.
For you as an architect, what was the first project under your name?
Oh, my first project under my name.
Yeah.
If you talk about my previous experience, okay, while I'm working with other people, not doing my own yet, okay, I'm doing lots of towers, okay. In Malaysia, I have Surian Tower, I have the Tanira Hotel in Bangi. So that's the experience that I experienced before, which is during my experience with another firm. But for my own firm itself, right, after 11 years serving other people, and then I start my own, I have most of my projects in Pulau Pangkor. Okay, it's a hotel project. Okay, and the first one basically is a container hotel, which is still under construction. Okay, in Pulau Pangkor. So maybe later, after it has been completed, I can announce it to the world.
That's beautiful.
Right?
Okay, what is your goal for next 5 years?
My goal for the next 5 years is actually, I just want to expand my business, right? I just want to have my own tribes, okay, inshallah, maybe, that actually is sharing the same passion. And I hope that the architecture will be, you know, sustained, because, you know, with this current situation, and then plus with the, you know, challenging that architecture will face, okay, not really have lots of projects, okay, maybe iconic projects. So that is my goal, okay, within 5 years, that architecture still sustain, and then I have the, you know, some so-called a big empire that I can share with lots of architects. All right. Okay.
What's the challenge do you see in architecture field?
Okay. Currently, okay, because the challenge is keep changing. Okay. The more you experience, the more challenge will come. So after, I think, almost more than 20 years in this field, okay, the challenge that I face mostly is on technologies, right? Because technology keep changing. Okay, if you are, for me, if I'm not running towards it, I mean, if I'm not upgrading my skills, okay? And then I'm not in the world of technologies, I might be behind. So I think the technologies is actually the biggest challenge for me, because from the technology is actually you have to learn about the adaptation, you have to learn about the skills, you know, you have to upgrade everything. If you are not doing that, you don't face the courage, you don't have courage to face all these kind of challenges, I don't think the architecture will sustain, right? Okay, that is the both challenges, right?
Who in the field do you follow and admire for the architectural ability?
You mean
Your
the
inspiration.
Yeah, as an architect.
okay. Also keep changing, all right? It depends on the thoughts, and it depends on the experience that you have experienced. So at this level, I would love to follow the architects who really love the nature, who really appreciate the, you know, materials, understand the materials, okay? And it is when they design, it is belong to the site, it is belong to the place that they are doing. So recently, of course, on top of Frank Lloyd Wright, on top of the famous names that always design based on the site, based on nature, like Geoffrey Bauer and whatever, I would love to follow Indonesian architects also, because their vision, their survival modes, you know, to survive in their own, at their own territory, which is actually for me, we Malaysia and Indonesia and Singapore, okay, we are sharing the same weather, the same, you know, we are actually under one roof, so we are sharing the same landscape, okay. So I currently inspired by whatever they are doing, because they need to survive in their own environment. So do Malaysian now, right? So that's what inspired me more.
Right. So, what is mainly your design philosophy when you're starting a project or you're doing the first phase of a project?
Okay, the design philosophy is it might be changed because due to the projects, okay, due to whatever the purpose projects are, okay, of course that is general. But for me, when you're designing something, you must be fit to its purpose, okay. And then the typology of the building, whatever complex building whatsoever, okay, you have to go back to the main typology of the building, which is when you ask when you relate to the typology of the building, there must be the do's and don't in the design. That is the number one important that we need to, you know, take into consideration when design. But on top of that, okay, I would love to make that buildings, okay, really belong to the site, which is it is a place making, you know. The building is belong then not belong to other site. Say that the building can be in London or can be in, you know, in other spot in the world. No, that is my philosophy. Is actually have to react, have to release and react to the site itself. So the site contact has be in, and then on top of that, my philosophy, when you have the practical building, okay, when you have this kind of architectural environment has taken into consideration, the most important is that building has to serve the value to other people. Means that when the building is meaningless, it is not a building. It's only, you know, it is only a structure that people can just shelter under or whatever. But when the building give the value back, okay, give a really meaningful of shelter feeling, really, you know, can sustain the people inside there. That is my philosophy.
So this is only this is as well as the strategies for like a complex project, right?
Yeah, but if you talk about strategies, okay, when you talk about strategies, this is it. Either it is small or it is a big project. It is a project. It is a building, okay, that you need to give back to the value to people. But that's what I'm saying. When you want to design something, especially the building, you need to understand the issues, right? What kind of issues that actually you need to tackle, because we as an architect is not really solving a. It's not only solving a problem, okay. We actually design for people. We are creating people's attitude, right? Whoever stay inside our building, that's the behavior that we want them to be. Okay, that is an architect. That is how God has granted this kind of skill to the architects, because we as an architect have the ability to understand this kind of thing and design for it. That's why I said design for the purpose. But on top of that, architect will never success if they design it alone. They have to be in a team, right? When you don't have, because not all people born in this world with a lots of skillful things. I mean, the multitasking whatsoever. There must be some weakness, but we have to quickly identify whatever the weakness we are in that current project or whatsoever the building that we want to build. So we tag team with other people who are really, you know, good in any area that they are in. Say like maybe our weakness is something like in the structure or whatsoever. So we tag team with another profession. Or maybe we didn't understand more about the site, so we cannot design things that we don't understand. So we need to be with the community, okay, listen to them, take the issue. So I believe that working in team is the most strategy that you need to consider.
That's why we've been trained in college to work like as a group projects and all these things.
Yeah, it's something like that, because I would love to share with the students, because when you are the students, when we are the students, of course, being an architect also a student, we never stop learning, right? Because the technologies keep changing, the skills keep changing. But when people born, they have their own ability and they have their own strength. Maybe other people don't have the strength that we have. So the quickest way to complete or to achieve our goal is basically, for me, I believe you have to work in team. Okay, say like Zeinab or Tony, that you have another skill that I can learn, that I can earn from you guys, even though I'm at this age, okay, I'm already have become the architect. I can share with you guys, because maybe it's something like you are not from Malaysia. So they have lots of things that I didn't know about outside of Malaysia. So what I need to do is basically just to share with you guys. You share your experience, I share mine, something like that. So we exchange. So it's never about the lecturer students thingy. Also, lecturers with the student is actually basically we just guide you guys whatever experience that we have. But in terms of experience, every one of us, each of us, I believe, we have our own story that we need to share and to share the knowledge with other people, isn't it? Something like
It is. That's generous,
yeah,
right? So
yeah.
the question that I want to ask is, what are the challenges that women face today as an architect?
Okay. I love this kind of question, you know, because throughout my experience becoming an architect, okay, even though before I have my own firm, before I'm carrying the architect title whatsoever, even during my studies time, that's the favorite questions been asked to the architect. Okay, of course, being a woman, okay, is not the incapability, no, but being a woman is actually to complete whatever the especially the guys world needed. Okay, so it basically the challenge that I face becoming a woman is to keep the balance between the family, between the career, okay, between the, you know, the passion that you want to show. Because of course, being a woman, they have a limitation, okay? Especially in my religion, I mean, you are a Muslim one, right? So there are do's and don'ts that we need to abide, right? We need to obey. So this kind of challenge is that basically become my strength, okay, I can say. So because of this weakness, challenge it, do it in certain way. Okay, if you can't do this, then face it the other way around. Be in their part, be there in their community, something like that. But you still need to have the limits. So I think even you say it's a challenge as a woman, I don't see it now lah. Okay, because we still have the way to show our desire, okay, to share our passion, something like that.
So
Yeah.
if we can separate the question now to ask it separately, so what are the greatest strength to overcome these challenges?
It's a passion and desire, and you have the courage to face the reality. Okay, that is the most important thing, because if you didn't burn your desire, how can you grow, right? Something like you need to have something that hold in your heart, becoming the, you know, the burning desire, becoming the reason why you need to move on, something like that. Yeah.
So if you have an advice to give to young women today, what would it be as they're starting this career?
All right. I think if you understand about the own self mantra or whatever you call it, right? For me, it's simple as ABC. All right. You need to have your own goal. The A1, you need to have everyday affirmation that you really hold on it. You know, you already have your dream. Okay. When it is something like the mind prayer, you know, that you need to perform yourself, that you need to preach yourself. You say it every day. This is what I want. This is my goal. That the affirmation will help you to grow every day. Even when you open up your eyes, as a woman or whatever you are, whoever you are, there must be a reason why you need to wake up from your bed, right? There must be a reason. There must be one thing that you need to finish, you need to complete. So that is the first A, affirmation that's really bring you to the goal. For the B, okay, A, B, C, for the B, for me, I believe that be before you be. If you want to be success, be as a successful person. You carrying your own attitude, you carrying the way, you carrying the strategies and whatever to become the success. That's why what I mean is be before you be. And you have to have this breakthrough attitude. You know, when you achieve something, you want to achieve something, break through it. Okay, face it, do it. Okay, whenever you feel that you're down, make something that you can break it. All right, bring other people, take them with others. Okay, work with others, work with others. Okay, inspire with others. And then the last one is, of course, C. You have the challenge. Okay, just, you know, when you have this kind of challenge, just catch up with this challenge, right? That's simple as ABC. So I think, again, becoming a woman, whatsoever in your profession, nowadays women can do whatever men do, okay, in terms of profession, in terms of work, and men also can do whatever women can do. So what's the big deal, right? You just need to face it as ABC, something like that. Make things simple, make things, you know, really love your passion. Okay, if you didn't really feel comfortable whatever you are doing, stop, right? Do things that you love is the most important.
Yeah,
Right?
we believe that, but that's why we ask this question, because we want other people to hear it from a position, and that's why we had this question. So, what is your advice for students in their last year?
Oh, of course, student in the last year, they just have the feeling they want to complete it, right? They want to be success. Okay, one thing that I'm telling you guys, right? As a student, no matter that you are final students or maybe you just started architecture, whatsoever, the most important is actually you're already an A student. Believe me, you're already an A student. But what makes your grade not achieving an A is because of yourself. Okay, you have to recheck and review what kind of effort that you have put. Okay, how strong, how good you are in, you know, doing things, how good you are in eager to learn. Okay, is it enough? Okay, is it you know, is it complete, or is it fruitful information you're getting in every day? So the effort, you know, the action that you do, you have to do like an A student in order to get an A, because the A is already in the hand. What makes you didn't get the A is to challenge yourself. I mean, your own you are actually the enemy of yourself, is something like that. All right, that is my advice. So whatever you do, basically, I mean, the lecturers already have the perception that you are a great student. But if you didn't show that you are a great student, you didn't put a very good enough you know, study, you didn't do good enough learning, you didn't go out to experience yourself. So you have to ask yourself, are you an A student? All right, it's something like that.
I think it's
Just
more,
go.
yeah, it's more about the passion. If you're having passion, that's the motive, the big motive to have the desire.
Yeah. think again. Why in the first place that you guys choose this path? Okay, I know when you are Muslim, that is something like it's a God plan for you. It's fair enough, but what you guys, we didn't do whatever God do. Okay, we do our part. So ask yourself again, why I'm choosing this path? Is it really representing me? If this is my path, if this is my desire, or whatever the reason behind that you open up your eyes every day, that is the reason, that is your goal and to achieve, do it. The matter is not to say it, but to do the action. The action is the most important. If you are just thinking, I want a success, I want to do this, I want to achieve this, but without any action, there's nothing also. So the next step is action, right?
True. So to wrap this up with the pandemic that is happening, how do you see it affect the field or the industry?
Okay, the pandemic is actually an eye opener, right? Especially to the designers, right? Because it's something like the wheels that turning around. Okay, whoever on top now becoming the below, whoever below coming on top. But as an architect, we are still in the middle. That whoever on top, whoever at the lowest part. Okay, our design has to suit with this kind of, I mean, the technologies, I mean, the situation. So the good thing about the pandemic now is actually an eye opener to the architect. What need to be done to the the original typology that we have in the building, the belief that we have in our lives. So, but whatever it is, during this pandemic, the issue is you need to give the value that people can generate their own income. Okay, you have to design a space for them, and then you have to react back on the whatever the circumstances that really need them to be to obey the social distancing, so something like that. So it is actually the new things for the architects to to show the signature of the design, another world. Okay, maybe something like, if I can give that the example, say you are doing an office building, say, but what make you relate to the pandemic? You are doing it to the public people. Yeah, you co with the living, you combine with the living things. Okay, and then so they don't have to go out a lot. They can do their business at their own house. Okay, it's something like a cottage industries concept, something like that. So this has become the challenge to the designer like us. I mean, to the architect. When this kind of thing happen, we cannot stay at our own philosophy to remain whatever we are doing. So we have to open up with the technologies, we have to open up with the environment. So this is the time that architects need to show what can they give the value to the people in terms of design.
Yeah, so
Something
that's the advice to adapt with the situation, whatever it is, right?
yeah.
So I think, yeah, that's all the questions we have here.
Hopefully you can pursue your architecture later in Malaysia. Maybe one day we can collaborate. We don't know our rizki yet, right, Rita? So
Okay, our pleasure.
thank you very much. Yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you for your time. Thank you.
Okay, all
Bye.
right. Okay, all the best.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.